What's going on, everybody? This is Joe, and I am here for the final, for now, but probably for good, Murders at Karlov Manor pre-release kit opening. Again, as a reminder for folks, I am the person who has opened more pre-release kits than anybody else here on YouTube, and despite what I just said, I am still not planning on stopping anytime soon. Obviously, the next set after this is Outlaws at Thunder Junction, and I do plan on continuing my trend of opening product for that set as well, in the same ways that we've opened a product for this one. So definitely make sure that you are subscribed and you have that bell rung to make sure that you don't miss out when those videos come out, because those will be coming when that set has started releasing, etc. Okay, so we have the play boosters. I guess for folks who actually went to a pre-release, let me know what you thought of play boosters being opened. I thought it was interesting, I suppose. We have the insert, which is the blue insert with the dagger. And we have our promo pack, which has a code for MTG Arena in it. And if you have not been watching these videos, we actually have a bunch more codes for MTG Arena to give away as well, because, if you're unfamiliar, while I open this pack, I will let you know that you can only use one code per account on MTG Arena, and so a lot of people at the pre-release, at Champion Card Collector in Poughkeepsie, New York, fantastic community over there, by the way, but many of those folks knew that, you know, if they played in more than one pre-release, or if they don't play on Arena at all, that these codes would be useless to them, and they don't really have cash value, but they knew that we have awesome viewers like yourselves, and so we wanted to give away these codes as a way to say thank you to all of you for watching our content. Hopefully you have been enjoying all of the stuff that you've been seeing, and so, like I said, we'll be giving away that many of these codes at random points in the video, so stay tuned for that. There is the punch-out card or token with all of the counters: case solved, suspected, -1/-1, poison, flying, stun, +1/+1, and unlock. So we'll leave those on the side. We also have two promos. One that you could play at the pre-release event, and one that you could not. We'll talk about that in a moment. But our promo foil mythic is Undergrowth Recon. Now, I will say, this is a very cool card, don't get me wrong, but obviously for pre-release, not necessarily as much, or at least for limited, I should say, with this set, this card is not the best. If you have a self-mill Simic-esque strategy, or Golgari-esque strategy, that is having you mill cards into your graveyard, then sure, you could absolutely get your lands back with this. And so you'd have to be in a very specific deck to make this work. If you are in that deck, great. If not, then this is not going to go into any green deck at all. Let's go ahead and check out our next card. We have Tomic, Wielder of Law. I've opened a lot more Tomics than anything else, which is ironic, by the way, because when I did my 4-kit opening, which if you've missed it, you can check up top there to go watch that video. That was a fun one to make. But when we opened 4 kits, I opened no Tomics at all. And yet, like many of the other kits that I've opened since have had Tomics. So, yeah, I think all but one, in fact. So, Tomic we cannot play. Undergrowth Recon we could, but obviously we will see what the rest of this kit has in store. Here is our first code for MTG Arena. This, like I said, is our small way of saying thank you to you, all of you, for watching our stuff, so thank you so much. I mentioned subscribing and ringing the bell. Please make sure to do that. You will get notifications whenever any of our videos come out. And no shade at Twitch, just stating a fact. Unlike Twitch, that subscription is free. So please be aware of that, and we would love to have you join our community of amazing folks, viewers, chatters, commenters, etc. Let's go ahead and see what these packs have in store for us. I'm looking forward to finding out what we're going to be able to play out of this kit if we were at an actual pre-release. We have a Rift Burst Hellion to start. Expensive, but a good card. A Shock. An Unscrupulous Agent. They went this way. That's very good fixing, this card. A seasoned consultant. Out cold. I love the art on this one. We have a demand answers. Okay, yep. Discarding a card or sacking an artifact, by the way. Very helpful in a set with a lot of clues. And you draw 2 cards. We have a concealed weapon as our equipment and our first uncommon. Surveillance monitor and presumed dead, which means our next card is a rare in officious interrogation. Okay. Interesting. You could have the ability to investigate multiple times. Our next card is another rare in Audience with Trostani, and this is in the showcase artwork. Okay. Obviously, it cares about tokens, which is interesting, because obviously you can, differently named creature tokens. So notably, detectives are big tokens in this set. I was going to say clues, but it specifically says creature, so interesting. Behind it, our foil is a Gravestone Strider common foil, which notably can help you fix your mana. Obviously, only 1 per turn, but if you're splashing for something, that would be enough. That would be basically all you needed. Plus, it's a 1/3. It's a decent blocker for 2 mana. Not bad at all. Behind it, we have a forest and a detective. There you go. I was just talking about detectives. Oh, there's also, I guess, Dog Walker, although that's red-white. So if you're playing in the Trostani deck, or Audience with Trostani deck, that's green, so it might be a little difficult. But still, I know it can be flipped up for either white or red, monocolored, if you're disguising it. We have a Gearbane Orangutan, a Cerebral Confiscation, Vengeful Creeper, a Gadget Technician, it's a good one, Hotshot Investigators, Rubble Belt Braggart, Shady Informant. It's a cool art on that card. I like it. Crovad Haunch is our first uncommon. A Deadly Complication. Very nice removal spell. And a Sanctuary Wall, which means our next card is another uncommon in Culvert Ambusher. A Worm Horror. Sure. But now we are up to our rare or mythic, which is a Izoni, Center of the Web. Our rares are kind of all over the place. Interesting. I mean, I guess Audience with Trostani and the Undergrowth Recon and Izoni can all be played together, but weird. Okay. Behind Izoni, our foil is a foil split card in Hustle and Bustle. I like that foiling pattern. That looks cool. Very nice. Behind it, our land is a foil full art plains. Gorgeous. Very, very nice. I like that. And an art card for Deduce, the showcase art, if I recall correctly, for Deduce. It's been a bit since we have so many to give away. It's another code for MTG Arena. If I didn't mention it before, we are live every Monday and Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern right here on this channel. We would love to have you join us. Obviously, if you have that bell rung, you'll get that notification whenever we go live. And on Mondays specifically, we play MTG Arena. So if that is something that you're interested in, we would love to have you join us. Like I said, Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern right here on this channel. We have a Benthic Criminologists, a Goblin Mask Maker, Basilica Stalker, it's a good one, a little expensive, but disguising it, or flipping it up, I should say, is not that bad. Bite Down is on Crime is a very good card. Inside Source, nice if you're doing detectives. Pick Your Poison, no, a lot of people are happy about this card for Constructed, but this is a cool card. Slice from the Shadows in the showcase artwork. A Sumala Sentry is our first uncommon. Get a Leg Up is the second. This card can have some very big blowouts. And a Lead Pipe. which is the one of the Clue equipments, because it's literally one of the weapons from the game Clue. Our next card is another uncommon and another split card in Push and Pull. Okay, very nice. And so our rare or mythic is... Ooh, another mythic in Kylox's Volt Strider. 2 mythics opened so far in this kit, notably blue and red. I have been leaning towards green. I think our green is incredible so far. What color would we pair with it? I'm not sure. And notably, I guess green-blue could have potential for putting stuff in your yard to collect evidence with it. So maybe we would splash red. We did see a couple of cards that have splash possibilities for us. Interesting. Okay. And our foil is a foil common in Reasonable Doubt. Counterspell. Okay. Interesting. Our land is a regular swamp, and we have a dog token. I was just talking about the dog walker before. That dog walker makes those dog tokens. Okay. Next. Ooh, okay, speaking of splashing, that's helpful. We start with a Public Thoroughfare. Very nice. A Reasonable Doubt again. Offender at Large. Such a funny name for a card. Very nicely done. A Basilica Stalker. Tunnel Tipster. Very nice. And it ramps as well, because it taps for a green. Another Pick Your Poison. I don't know how I would feel about playing more than one of these. Obviously, we're talking about pre-release, which is a best-of-3 type environment, so having 2 is super helpful to be able to board it in if they have particularly annoying enchantments or artifacts, or flyers, I guess. But I would probably play 1 in the main deck just in case, you know, a lot of decks have like random flyers in them. We have the Chase is On and the Showcase art. A Soul Enervation as our first uncommon. Gorgeous artwork on this card, by the way. We have a Pompous Gadabout. Very nice. Okay, I mean, I was talking about green being good. That does not change with this card. And another Deadly Complication. That's our second one of those. This one in the Showcase art, whereas the first one was not. Our next card after Deadly Complication is a rare in Shadowy Backstreet. Okay, I don't think that these are really the colors that we're going to be in where this would help us out at all. But I guess it's noteworthy. We do have 2 more packs to go after this, so we'll see. But this is a good card to have nonetheless in a dual land, a plain swamp. And our other rare or mythic is a Krenko, Baron of Tin Street. Okay, I had talked about possibly going green-blue, but I mean, maybe we go green-red splash blue for the Volt Strider? Interesting, interesting. Okay, and behind Krenko, our foil is... This pack has a lot of stuff in it. An Escape Tunnel in foil. Okay, more fixing possibilities, right? This lets us, if you have like a one-off mountain or island in your deck, this can go get that one-off island for you. Very cool. I like that. Okay. And it's an interesting foiling pattern. I mean, obviously here, this part is cool in foil. Everything else is fine. We have a regular mountain behind it, although a gorgeous one, obviously, and a human token. Okay. Hey, guess what? It's a code for MTG Arena. I mentioned we're live every Monday and Friday, so Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern, we are playing whatever video game we happen to be playing at the time. Recently, we have been playing through the God of War franchise, and specifically, most recently, God of War Ragnarok. So if that sounds interesting to you, obviously we'll have more games after that, if we have finished that game already. So you can come check us out, like I said, every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on this channel, and then those VODs, the videos on demand for those streams, do go up on our one of our other channels, Video Games for All. And that link is down in the description box below for Video Games for All as well. We have a Red Herring to start. That's a fun card. We have an Unscrupulous Agent again. An Airtight Alibi. Museum Night Watch. Cold Case Cracker. Gravestone Strider again. I don't know that I would play 2 of these. We obviously have a lot of different ways to fix our mana. And if I'm going to play one and not the other, I'm obviously going to play the foil one. Because, you know, I'm not insane. We're going to have we have an On the Job. We have a Breakout as our first uncommon. Polygraph Orb as the second. And another Sumala Sentry as the third. Interesting. 2 of these, huh? Okay. Which means our next rare or mythic actually, we don't know that. Our next card, excuse me, is an Aftermath Analyst. See, it would have made me a liar if I hadn't realized that. Okay. It is a really cool-looking art, though, on this uncommon. Very nice. It does talk about milling, and then we can return all lands from our graveyard to the battlefield tapped. I mean, you know, if we're going, like I said, if we're going this strategy, we have the Undergrowth Recon, so it is a possibility. Now, our rare or mythic is Ezrim, Agency Chief. I mean, we're definitely not going to be able to play this one. Although we do have that Officious Interrogation, but our green is way too good to not play green, and this is not, this doesn't really allow us to splash much. So, but here is Ezrim, cool card nonetheless. And our foil is a foil common in Due Diligence. That is a gorgeous foil. Holy crap. Absolutely gorgeous. Wow. Okay, yeah. No complaints there. Our land is a full art mountain, non-foil. Very cool. And we have an ad card for MTG Arena. Speaking of MTG Arena, our final code for MTG Arena is right here. I ended the last one talking about the fact that we have another channel, Video Games for All, linked down in the description box below, but we also have a third channel in Gluten Free for All, where my wife Amy talks about gluten-free foods. She reviews them. She talks about some recipes, makes some recipes. You can also check her out on Instagram, and our links to our socials are down in the description box below, as well as the links to Video Games for All and Gluten Free for All. And if you're headed there, please don't forget to subscribe and ring the bells on those other 2 channels also. Video Games for All has 3 new videos a week over on that channel. So, if you are interested in seeing Amy playing through video games for the first time ever, I definitely encourage you to check it out. We have a Macabre Reconstruction. Gorgeous art on that card. Another Vengeful Creeper. Not bad. I might play 2 of these. Yeah, why not? We have a Market Watch Phantom. A Behind the Mask. Really awesome art on that card. A Suspicious Detonation. Solid removal. A Sanitation Automaton. A Magnetic Snuffler is our first uncommon. Case of the Filched Falcon is, I think, our first case of the opening, and our another uncommon. And a Neighborhood Guardian, which means our next card is a Curious Cadaver uncommon, Zombie Detective. A lot of random cards that are like also detectives in this set. Obviously, Detectives matters. It's a very good deck, too, if you can get it to go. Our next rare or mythic, in fact, our last, probably, is a Barbed Servitor. Interesting card. I don't think this pulls us into black. We haven't seen a lot jumping up and down to get us to black. I mean, we have a Zoni, but I don't know, man. This is a tough one. We'll talk about it. I mean, we have the foil in a second, but I usually ask you folks to let me know in the comments down below what kind of a deck you would make if you opened this kit at pre-release. I think that our green is fantastic, so I'd love to play our green. I would also really like to play our Kylox's Volt Strider, because that's a very good card, but we'd have to splash, which we could do. But I guess my question to you is, what is our second color? Is it black? Is it white? Is it blue? Is it red? I'm really... I'm having a tough time here, so let me know in the comments what you would do. And by the way, our foil, as I mentioned, is a foil uncommon in green, by the way, in Chalk Outline. Very cool. First of all, great looking foil. Really, really like it. But also, it's green. Why not? It's a good card. It does care about creatures leaving our graveyard, so that would be if we were collecting evidence. So if we didn't really have ways of doing that, then I would not put this in the deck. But if we do, if we have a couple of collect evidence cards, I would play this. It's a cool card. Behind it, it looks like we have another card back here. It is... Oh my goodness, it's another Mythic from the list in Cavalier of Thorns. This is a 3 Mythic pack, or no, sorry, a 3 Mythic kit, excuse me. Cavalier of Thorns, very interesting. I mean, I would definitely play it, and it puts stuff into our graveyard. It's a 5 mana 5/6. It's triple green, so that might be a little tough, but if we're doing fixing with cards that like tap to add mana of any color, that would be helpful even if we don't have 3 forests by turn 5. So yeah, I would definitely play this card. Our land, by the way, is a regular foil island. Very nice. And our art card is for the Panoptic Projector. Very interesting. I mean, I think I'm just going to leave you looking at, like I said, we had 3 Mythics, but one of them was foil and promo stamped. So I'm going to leave you looking at this Undergrowth Recon that we got. I mean, in the deck that we have so far, I think we could play this card. I don't think it's going to be an incredible card by any stretch, but it would be serviceable. We'd probably, I mean, we were talking about like some of those 5-drop creatures, the creepers, I think they're called, the Vengeful Creeper. So we could probably put a couple of those in there. But like I said, that's green. I don't know what our second color would be. I might lean towards white. We have Sumala Sentry sitting there, but like I said, I really want to play the Kylox's Volt Strider, so maybe I'd go green-red and then splash blue for that Mythic, because that's a very good card. So, like I said, I would love some help from all of you. Let me know in the comments down below what kind of a deck you would make out of this kit. Maybe you think I'm wrong about green, and you're like, listen, Joe, you're blue and white because of Ezrim and Officious Interrogation. It's just too good. Play those instead. Don't worry about green. Like, I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comments down below. But that is going to be the end of this particular opening. As I said, that's going to be it for pre-release kits for a little while, but obviously I'll be back. A new set comes out soon enough, as we know, with the never-ending cycle of releases and previews and etc. That Wizards has us on at this point. So we'll be back with more of these openings soon, but as I reminded you earlier, don't forget to check us out live on stream every Monday and Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. We would love to have you, and we have those other channels, links down in the description box below. But for now, from us here at the Geek for All family of channels, I've been Joe, and as we always say, in whichever video of ours you watch next, we will see you all next time. Thanks, everybody.